Hey everybody, Angela Carboni here. How we doing? It's Thursday night at about 8:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm sorry that I'm a little bit late getting started on Ask Angela Anything tonight because I have a team mastermind right before this, and sometimes we go over the hour, sometimes we go to 8:15, sometimes we go to 8:30. It's just the way it goes. So I will always start somewhere between 8 and 9 p.m. though. So hopefully you guys are cool with that. I put a post up in Facebook this week. You guys gave me lots of great feedback on what you want me to talk about. So, hi Brian, hi Taylor, hi Scott. So I can jump right into some of this right away. Some people have been talking to me that you think I'm some kind of mindset master and I'm positive all the time and, positive every day. And you know what, guys, for the most part, that's pretty true. I do try to keep myself as positive as possible. But you have to understand, too, that I'm not positive 24/7, guys. Like, there's shit that pisses me off in life. There's shit that annoys me. There's bad days that I have, Hi, Kirsten. Hi, Jean-Claude. Like, so, I mean, the kind of, work you want to do on your mindset is mostly, try to be as positive as you possibly can. But I mean, there's going to be shit that happens in your life that pisses you off, Like recently on Monday, I don't know what was wrong with me, but I woke up on the wrong side of the bed on Monday. I was not having a fantastic day that day. And I wake up and I kind of do my morning routine. I go through my gratitude. I do my exercise and all that. And I finally get to work on my phone and I see that some guy has shared my video, one of my ad videos, and he wrote pyramid scheme on the top of it. Now, this was a man I'd never spoken to. He never asked me about anything about the business, but he just saw my 1-minute video in my ad, reposted it on his page, and called me a pyramid scam right on the top of it. And maybe it was because I was in a bad mood, but I attacked this guy. Like, I saw it, I went straight to his page, and I was like, how fucking dare you call what I do a pyramid scheme? You never talked to me for 1 minute. I never explained anything to you. You fucking son of a bitch, And then he was like, well, you just keep your posts out of this Newfoundland buy and sell or this Newfoundland make money online group. And I was like, I never posted anything in that group. You found me and called me a pyramid scheme, not the other fucking way around, So, and that's out on Facebook for the whole world to see, guys. Like, my comments are quite clear, and should I have reacted that way? Probably not, right? But I did. So fucking suck it up, Buttercup, and move on, right? I think the main thing when it comes to positivity, guys, is just not to sweat the small stuff sometimes. Like, we were just talking about this on our team mastermind before this, and decide what the small stuff is, like the big stuff is you worry about death or, people with health problems. Like, those are big worries. But, if your ad account gets shut down, that's kind of a small thing. We could probably have you back up in a day or two, If somebody gives you a nasty comment on your post and says, oh, you're a scam artist, and I have had nastiness, guys. I have had, go kill yourself, you fucking bitch. You're an ugly, disgusting nightmare. You don't wear enough makeup. How can you possibly do a go live wearing a hat? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I mean? So I have had every comment out there, and more. So, and I don't allow it to bother me. I just don't allow it in. It's just not allowed. Okay. So, you guys, I can't remember exactly who asked me this question or who posted that we wanted me to talk about mindset, but mindset is, it is something that you can learn. It is something that you can, train yourself in. Okay. And some people asked me about books. So number one, guys, the book, The Magic, you have to go and get. Okay. I don't care if you haven't read The Secret, The Power of the Hero, any other Rhonda Byrne book, but if you don't know how to be grateful, The Magic will teach you how to be grateful. Okay. It's a chapter a day book, and a chapter a day is about 5 to 7 pages of reading. This will take you no more than 10 minutes first thing in the morning, and it will teach you how to be grateful for your entire day and be grateful for everything in your life, even the stuff that goes wrong. Okay. Somebody else asked me, how do I pre-qualify people for a trifecta? Okay. The bottom line, guys, is pre-qualifying people is quite simple, right? So if you look at what you need, and we talked about this on the last Thursday or on one of my other go lives, is the avatar of your perfect client. What does your perfect client look like, right? Well, your perfect client looks like somebody who has $99 they can spend per month on their membership, who wants a serious change in their life, right? And who has decent enough credit to finance the trifecta, okay? So who are those people, right? Who are you, right? I'm a 39-year-old woman who had, I have great credit, no problem financing it. I have the drive and the hunger to succeed. I was looking for a new opportunity that I could build a team in. You know what I mean? So I am my perfect avatar to me, right? So think about what got you into the business. Think about what's driving you to be successful. Think about the kind of money you want to make and the kind of changes you wanted in your life. And then think to yourself, who else would feel that way? Who else is those three things, like qualified for 99 bucks, has a hunger to succeed, and can finance the products? Who else has those desires? Who could I find, right? So, this could be any age group. This could be men or women. This could be US, Canada, Australia, UK. This could be anywhere, right? There are people like you driven to succeed that you could find to get into your business. So when you're thinking about like who you're targeting necessarily, because this kind of all comes back to targeting essentially, guys, target the people who you think will meet those three requirements, right? And in your ad copy, use something to trigger that, okay? If you use a question at the top of your ad, it's one of the most effective things you can do, okay? Because there's two reasons why people do anything, all right? One of them is to alleviate a pain, and one of them is to gain pleasure. Those are the two reasons human beings do any sort of anything we do, okay? So if you want to, if you're going to put up an ad and you want to target like solving a pain, solving a problem for somebody, right? Ask your question. Do you hate your 9 to 5? Are you overworked and underpaid? Right? Now, by using a question at the top of your ad, this is what is hooking people, okay? Whether it's a video or a story ad. Now, when I teach video ads to people, what you need to do is we have about I think it's a 5 to 7 second what is the fucking word I'm trying to think of? A 5 to 7 second reaction time kind of thing, okay? We want things immediately. We want them now. You need to hook us at the beginning. Otherwise, we're not going to keep reading, right? And a question does that very effectively, okay? So if you say, are you struggling? Those 3 words have gotten me so many fucking leads. I can't even tell you guys, because it's a very clear question, but it can go a million different ways, right? So if somebody sees my ad and they see, are you struggling? They're going to think to themselves, yeah, I'm struggling with paying my bills. Yeah, I'm struggling. I never get to see my husband. He's, out of town working all the time and I'd like to get him home. Yeah, I struggle seeing my kids and spending quality time with them. Yeah, I struggle taking care of my parents financially if I have to. Yeah, I'm struggling with a health problem. Yeah, I'm struggling. There's a million different areas in our lives that we could be struggling. And those 3 words, use them at the beginning of your ad, guys. I think Julian has said that those 3 words have made him a countless amount of money. Because it triggers a response. You need to trigger an emotional response to get people to finish watching your video or finish reading your story ad, okay? You have to hook them, all right? So when you're setting up your story or your video ad, just think the first 1 to 10 seconds is the hook, okay? What's the question? What are you trying to dive down into? Now, on the other side of getting after pain, there's pleasure, okay? So that could be, do you want to travel the world? That's a pleasurable thing that people will want to act on. Because they will say to themselves, yeah, I do want to travel the world. Or, do you want to see different places? Any way that you can structure an emotion, you can structure a question to go along with it. Okay? Do you want is another great 3 words to start your question with. Okay? So try some of those things in your advertising, right? And try not to do a mixture of everything. Okay? So if you have an ad and it says, do you hate your 9 to 5? Do you want to spend more time with your family? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want to make big bucks? You're focusing on 4 different questions now, okay? And I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing, but you want your ad to kind of be, you want it to be number 1, clear, okay? So if I read that and I'm reading it, I was like, yeah, I want out of my 9 to 5. Yeah, I don't get to see my family enough. Yeah, I'd like to travel the world. But you're sending me through a bunch of different emotions now, and I don't know what one to choose. Okay. So give them a clear emotion to trigger them by. Just use one question in your ad. Okay. And that will be enough. Okay. Trust me, that will be enough if you use that one triggering question. Okay. So hopefully that will help you. I went off on a tangent there from trifectas, but I went back to prospecting because that's pretty much where it all comes back to, you guys. It all comes back to targeting and prospecting at the beginning. So, you got to hook them. You got to get them in. So your hook is your first 1 to 10 seconds. Then the next 10 seconds to a minute, or however long your body of your story is the meat. Okay. That's where they're going to get the information. And then the third part of it is the call to action. Okay. So if your ads are conversion ads, then it's go to this link at www, whatever your link is, right? Tell them what to do. If you're doing a post engagement ad, make it like, share, and comment below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Make your call to action clear so that people know exactly what to do at the end of the ad. Okay. And I say this because I'm actually, since I've kind of gotten up in the ranks with GAZ, a lot of people have been coming to me for a lot of help, and I've been looking over people's ads and stuff like that. And I'm noticing that the call to action is just not clear. You got to be very clear about your call to action at the end. Okay. If you want them to comment, you want them to like, you want them to share, you want them to do those three things. Okay. So put like on one line, share on one line, comment below, I'm in, or more info. Tell them exactly what to write in there. Okay. And then people will do what you tell them to do. That's what we naturally want to do. Okay. You guys, please ask me some questions in here in the feed. I'll watch for them. But I was asked some stuff earlier that I'm going to keep going with. I was asked, how often do I pump up my team or talk to them? Do I do it on a daily basis or a weekly basis? This is where a mastermind comes into play. Okay, guys? Because when you get to a point where you're building a team, one thing you're going to want to do is set up some kind of a group chat initially. Okay. So I named my team Team Pitbull because I'm a pitbull and that's what I do. Right. I'm like a dog with a bone until, I'm not letting it go until I've got what I wanted. All right. Justin, what about a video with a story ad? Okay. Those they can sometimes be a bit of a bit troublesome to get passed through, to get approved by Facebook, because when it's a conversion ad and there's a video in it, Facebook limits the amount of text that can go with it. So sometimes if you put in a video that's a minute or two and kind of explaining what you want to explain in the video, but then you script it out in the ad as well, Facebook might deny it because they don't like too much text to go along with a video. So I would recommend doing a video ad or doing a story ad or doing both, but they're separate things. Like try not to do a video with a long story, not that you can't explain some things in the video, like in the text that you're talking about in the video. But if you're doing the story ad, you're meaning for people to read all the way to the end, and you just need really one picture of, like I was talking to another team member when I talk about this, are you struggling, right? Google frustrated people, right? Google the images, frustrated people, and you'll find pictures of people, with their head in their hands, or they're like this, or look like they're in pain, right? Like when you do a pain ad, or not to create a pain, obviously, but to relieve a pain, right? Have a picture of like a frustrated person or someone who just looks like they're at their wit's end. You know what I mean? Because people are going to relate to that picture. They're going to be like, that looks like just like me sitting at my desk with my head in my hands like this all fucking day. This is exactly who I am. I need to read this. Okay. But just make sure your pictures go along with your ad. Okay. So if you're doing one, would you like to travel the world? Put a picture of a beach somewhere, with a guy and a laptop sitting on a beach, right? Why not? That is perfect. Those are two things that go perfectly together. Okay. Ryan is saying, I've learned in life, less is more. Keep it simple. Very true. Very true, Ryan. And Ryan is brand new, started with us today. Ryan is awesome. So yeah, let me just see if I missed any other questions here. I don't think that I did. Okay. No, yeah, we're still good. Okay. So, yeah, go back down to the bottom there. Perfect. So, give me some likes, give me some hearts. Let me know you guys are getting some value out of this. I was at, how often do I pump up my team? So getting a group chat going with your team, number one, is the first thing to do. And I would suggest you do this as soon as you have about 10 people on your team. Okay. then you can start your own mastermind. Okay, so decide, as you as the leader, decide what night of the week or what day of the week you want to do your mastermind on. Tell your team about it and do a mastermind with them. Okay, this is one of the best ways to check in with everybody once a week and see where everybody's at. Other than that, really, you guys, it's mostly just being there for your team when they need you. You know, I don't have to go out of my way every day and send every single person on my team a message saying, how's it going today? Right? They're going to come to me. They know where I am. They know how to access me. They know how to get in contact with me. If they need me, they will tell me and they will let me know. Okay. Do I check in? Certainly. If I haven't heard from somebody, and like if there's, you know, something, if we're waiting on a Medicard decision, or if we're getting paperwork sent in, or if there's something going on, then of course I follow up and say, how's it going with Medicard? Did you hear from them yet? Or how's it going with your financing? Did you hear from them yet? Or I was expecting that paperwork from you today. Did you email it? You know what I mean? So there's some things you do have to check up on, but each one of your team members is going to be a little bit different because they're all going to be at kind of different spots in their business, right? So that's how you're just gonna learn in a way to guys to kind of lead people. Okay. I'm kind of a natural leader, but even me, I still have leadership skills I need to develop, which is why I'm reading practically every book that John X Maxwell wrote right now, because he is like the king of leadership skills and of how to develop your leadership skills. So the other thing I'll touch on quickly was books, because somebody asked me about books. Now, I think Balaz said something about this on Sunday, but I can't remember for sure. But he was talking about books. You know, you're going to be reading different books at different stages of your business, right? Like I've been in online marketing for just under 5 years now. So the brand new person is going to need to read books that I read 5 years ago, not the books I'm reading today, right? So the kind of guru books for entrepreneurship, guys, are Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Number 1, go and get that and read it, or download the PDF. Number 2, How to Win Friends and Influence People. This is going to teach you how to talk to people and how to connect and how to build a relationship. That's by Dale Carnegie, another great one. Happy Pocket Full of Money is also awesome. Now, I'm only kind of focusing on those 3 if you're a newbie, okay? If you're brand new and you don't know where to start, that's where you start. And The Magic, okay? The Magic is one you need to learn for your gratitude. So if you're brand new, start with those. When you're further down your business, you're gonna read like the Flip Flop CEO, the 10X Factor, some of the leadership books, you know, personal development books by, you know, the Tony Robbins of the world, and the Gary Vaynerchuk, like Jab, 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 Right Hook. That's an awesome book. Now I'm getting more into Russell Brunson stuff, like the more technical side of funnels and everything, because that's something I don't really know. I just order those books, but I have literally about 35 books that I have to read in my house right now that I haven't had time to start reading. So what does that mean? I got to add some more reading time into my day. Now I'm going on to this because somebody else asked me, what is my daily ritual? Okay. And every day, of course, looks a little bit different, but there's certain things that I do, every morning. Okay. So when I wake up, I have a breakfast, I do my gratitude on my computer, and I do my exercises in the morning. I do not touch my phone until all of that is finished. Okay. Then throughout the day, there's at least 30 minutes of reading. Okay. Which I'm actually going to up to an hour because I'm behind on my reading. The second thing I do is an audio for at least 30 minutes. So that could be a podcast that I'm listening to. That could be, I got a ton of stuff on Spotify from Eckhart Tolle and Tony Robbins. I'm a big fan of Tony Robbins. Bob Proctor, I love. So, you know, podcasts are really great too. Like Gary V's podcast, listen to any of them and you'll learn something, you know. So find out who you like, find out who you want to listen to, find out who you connect with, you know, and listen to their stuff. Okay. Now, the greatest time to do an audio, guys, is when you're driving. Okay. So I think, Jang was breaking this down the other day, that if you have a 1-hour commute to work each day, so that's 2 hours of your life each day, right? In a year that